this video is going to show a number of different resilient flooring types as well as laminate flooring. I'm going to try to go in order of the PowerPoint presentation so all of it seems to line up. I'm going to start with vinyl flooring. First is that cushion flooring I talked about. It's got kind of a foam texture to it. It's solid all the way through. Like I said before, the durability of this one is not the best. Then getting into more sheet vinyl flooring. This one is the heterogeneous, so let's see if I can get close enough here where you can kind of see the layers. But this one has a wear layer up top, and then a graphic layer, and then the backing. So the graphic layer can really be anything because it can just be printed, and then it's sandwiched between the backing and the wear layer. The wear layer can be embossed to have texture as well. Here's another example of that. So they can have a lot of different looks depending on what you're going for. So like I said, let's see if we can get it to focus. We have our wear layer, and then the graphic layer, and then the backing. The fun thing about doing flooring types like this is that printed layer can be just about anything. So most flooring companies now are allowing customs. So you can do just about any kind of look that you're wanting, since we have kind of that graphic is sandwiched between the wear layer and the backing. It can be pretty much anything you can imagine. So then other types of sheet vinyl flooring are the homogeneous. So that's where the floor goes all the way through. It's a mixture of resin and particles, and then that kind of the recipe, goes all the way through. It's not layered, it's just the same thing. So if it gets scratched, you're not going to see white through the back of it. So here's just a few colors of this version of flooring, but also comes in a lot of different looks as well. For the most part, this flooring type, although it does have different looks, it's typically some kind of a solid or a speckle similar to these, and that's just because of the nature of it being homogeneous and the color going all the way through. You can't achieve the same graphics that you can with a heterogeneous floor. The next type is VCT. This is a vinyl composite tile. So it's made with limestone and other attributes that are mentioned in the PowerPoint. This is a very inexpensive flooring option. It comes in a lot of different colors, and you can create all kinds of different patterns with the tiles. Another vinyl option that's becoming more and more common now is LVT flooring, or luxury vinyl tile. This is similar to the heterogeneous sheet vinyl, except for it is a tile. So you can see here that it has 3 layers. You have your wear layer, which is the clear finish on the front that protects the floor. You then have a graphic layer and then a backing. So this can come in as many finishes as you can dream up as well. You can print on that middle layer, so anything that a printer can print, you can create for your flooring. So just like the sheet flooring, many flooring manufacturers are actually offering custom options for this. So if you're working on a school and they have some custom colors or custom patterns that they want to integrate into their floor, or a hospital, maybe they want to do some wayfinding in the floor, that gives you options to do that. So wood tones are very common with this type, but there's lots of other graphics as well. Another item to keep in mind with resilient flooring are resilient bases and accessories. So kind of the most common one that you'll see is a 4-inch traditional base. That's just a 4-inch base. It has a cove on the bottom, which kind of creates a little cove shape between the wall and the floor. This is typically your most cost-effective option. Another common option is a 4-inch wall hugger base. So this actually, your floor goes right into that little groove there, and has a little bit more of a seamless look. And then you can get into all kinds of different profiles too with resilient base. This one's a pretty elaborate profile. This one's a little bit more simple. But where you'll see these are sometimes in like senior living. I've used these quite a bit just to give a little bit more of a residential feel, but still have that commercial heavy duty wear application. And then the next one we're going to talk about is linoleum. So linoleum, another term for it. Marmoleum is the name brand of another type. But one thing that you can usually tell is marmoleum or linoleum is the backing on this. So this comes in a number of colors and patterns, typically something a little bit more like a mottled pattern or a speckle or even a solid. This can wrap up the wall. Right now these ones are a little hard. Like I said in the PowerPoint, linoleum actually hardens over time. So these samples are definitely getting a little bit more rigid. And then another resilient flooring type is rubber. Rubber can come in quite a variety of colors, finishes, surface patterns. As you can see here, I'm laying out a number of different options that rubber can come in. It can have a smooth finish. It can have the circle pattern. It can also have like a hammered finish. This one has kind of like a suede finish, so it's got more of a matte appearance to it. They can have more solid colors or have speckles. Some of these other ones, these would be used in more of like a gym application. And you can see here that I have a few different thicknesses of flooring. So this one's about the thinnest. And then this one's a little bit thicker. And then this one is even thicker. And this one is a really heavy duty one. So in like a heavy weights area where people are doing cleans and squats, you would want to use something that has a little bit more thickness to it. Whereas if you have treadmills and other lightweight equipment, you can go with some of the thinner options, and typically a manufacturer's representative can help you determine which is the best for your application. Last but not least, we have our laminate floor. So this is an example of a laminate. It has a kind of a printed layer and then a composite wood core, and this one has a little bit of a cushion back. Not all of them have that, but some do. This one is a kind of a click in place application, so these lock into the different tiles. And then this is pretty much the same version, but just a different graphic. So similar to the other ones where if you can print it, you can achieve it, is kind of the, I guess the options for this type. They're really, really endless. So once again, we have kind of our printed layer, and then the wood composite, and then some kind of backing. And that wraps up the flooring samples.